Hey guys, so I wanted to record this real quick. I read a lot, and in my readings, I don't, when I read books like Neville Goddard and Joe Dispenza and Eckhart Tolle and all those books like that, Metaphysical Millionaires, I see how it relates to in real life. When they're talking about how things in history, if you've listened to any of those books, how they're talking about like one episode, or not one episode, but like a chapter, they talk about all kinds, like kings and Coco Chanel and the people who came up with Airbnb and all the things, right? So I'm able to look at it and see how it applies in life, like daily life, not celebrities, how it applies to my husband's job, like how it applied to me when I was in the restaurant industry, running restaurants, running kitchens, the teams that I coached and trained, and people that I made managers, the meetings that I went to, all the way up, right? And one of the reasons why I say that I retired, and I'll give a backstory about how it wasn't even really a retirement. That's another story. Anyways, so it always comes down to control. So my last job came in gung-ho. I was overqualified for the job, I would say, but it was a beast that I hadn't encountered before. And I was like, yeah, I can do this. This is easy. But you got to build your house first, right? And I felt like in this particular situation, there was too much control, too much micromanaging. And that's just not a healthy environment to run a team. I know that. I've been doing this for a long time. So in one of the books, chapter 4, Path of Surrender, and I made some notes about it and how it applies and how it looks in life sometimes for people. I think this is helpful. So this trips people up because surrender does not equal giving up control of your life. It equals stopping the fight with reality as it is. Life unfolds on its own intelligence. Your suffering comes from trying to micromanage it. Peace comes from cooperating with what's happening instead of resisting it. So, a reframe. What if everything that happens is helping you open, not break? And when I think about that, I think about growing up and about how we were always told to do this and not to do that, and why we as parents really try to control situations that don't even need controlling, whether it's with parenting, our lives, our relationships, things like that. You don't have to become what hurt you to relate to life. You letting your worst enemy be between your ears isn't doing anything for anybody, let alone yourself. And there's nothing that I will ever be able to do or say, or anybody in your life they're not going to be able to do or say anything, because it's a choice. It is a choice to choose to live like that, in a manner of always looking for the worst in situations, so when it happens it doesn't hurt so bad. That's a coping mechanism. It's not a bad coping mechanism, but don't live there, babes. It's you're gonna worry yourself into a tizzy. Just be kind to yourself. But you know, as much as we don't like being micromanaged, stop trying to micromanage your life. Just, I don't know, thoughts. I love you guys.